Welcome back, 821. You might remember the drug company Myelin was in the headlines last year for increasing the cost of Epipens to about $600 for a 2-pack. That's what everyone was talking about. The injectors, though, are lifesavers for families living with severe allergies. So not buying devices like these are really not an option. However, with another auto-injector hitting the market, different features, different price points, we're talking generics, we've got more affordable and obtainable options for families this morning. So to talk about some of these options, Dr. Julie Brown of Seattle Children's this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us. There's so much to kind of iron out here for different insurance options, but it's good that we're doing this because a lot of us have no clue what we can afford, what our insurance covers. Let's start with the commercial insurance here.
Great. Thank you so much for having me back.
It's great to have you, yeah.
And I'm so happy to be here because it is a little overwhelming. There are so many differences, and it depends on what your insurance is. So I just want to be clear, we're only talking about what is the best cost options, not what people's preferences are. So I'm going to start with that.
Okay.
But we're going to start with people who have commercial insurance. And you can see I have kind of given a hierarchy to things here, which is the better options across the board, but there will be differences by individual. So certainly this doesn't apply to everybody.
Sure.
So there are some people with commercial insurance that it doesn't matter which option you get, you're going to get a 0 deductible and a 0 copay no matter which option you choose. So lucky those people.
Exactly.
But that certainly doesn't apply to everybody. So if you have a big deductible or a big copay, the winner here is going to be AviQ because they have promised a 0 copay regardless of your deductible, regardless of your copay, and even if your insurance company has said we are not covering AviQ, they're still going to give you a $0 customer pay because they're going to cover whatever your insurance doesn't pay.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's a great option for people with commercial insurance. If you have, if you want the Epipen product, they actually have 2 options. There's the Myelin Epipen, and now there's the Myelin generic.
Okay.
And they're different. They each have the device is actually the same. The only thing that's different is the labeling.
Okay.
But the cost of the Myelin product is over $600. But that product, if you go online, you can get a $300 savings coupon that will give you up to $300 back on your copay.
Huge chunk of change.
Huge chunk of change if you have a high copay. If you want to go for the generic product, it comes out to about $330, something in that range, and it has a $25 deductible or coupon rebate on your copay. So those 2 options may be different. If your copay is around $100, you may be better off going for the brand product
than the generic.
And getting the higher coupon. And if but if you have a really high copay, then you may be better off going for the generic, which has a lower overall cost. So you have to be really thoughtful about that.
Now, in the interest of time, let's talk a little bit about if you have government insurance.
So government insurance, it really depends on what your plan is, and you have to look at your plan and see which ones they're covering and which ones have the lower cost to you. There's no clear winner here, and it all depends on which option they've chosen to cover.
So these are all equal at this point.
Well, they're equal. They may not be equal in your personal plan, but you can't pick a clear winner because it's very plan dependent.
Okay, so at this point, talk to your insurance.
Yep.
Okay, now we come to the point where you have no insurance.
Yep.
What do you do in that regard?
So there's one really good option for you, and that is the generic for Adrenaclick. If you buy it at CVS pharmacies, which are pretty widespread around the country, they have offered a special deal for $109.99. And then there is a rebate coupon for the generic for Adrenaclick, which gives you $100 back.
Okay.
And that's true whether you have insurance or even if you have no insurance. So you can get this product for $9.99 plus tax, even with no insurance.
That's a great deal.
A great deal for
Very
people
helpful
who
if you don't
have
have
no other options. And then the other 2 come out pretty similarly, around $330, $360 out of pocket, unless you qualify for patient assistance. And then you may find that you can get an Epipen or an AviQ for a very low cost if you have low financial resources.
Dr. Brown, thank you so much for this information. I know it's a little dry to talk about insurance, but I mean, you can't be without these if you have a family member with severe allergies. So you really need to know what your options are. Bottom line, this is a good jumping off point, but we also have to talk to our insurance as well.
We do, and there are reasonable, affordable options this year. So go out and get yourself auto injectors. Carry 2. Be safe.
Be safe. Thank you so much.
Thank
As
you for
always,
having
really
me.
appreciate having you on all the time.
Thank you so much.
Brian, over to you.